in just a few panels, where I look at just a few panels from a comic book to pick out a theory or something cool and roll with it. In just a few panels, Ultimate Wolverine's darkest moment. Is it? You make the judgment. In a few panels. This is one of my favourite issues of all time, so I could not do this. But this particular issue of Ultimate X-Men blew my mind when I first read it, and it revolves around this panel. If you know, you know. No, Logan's darkest moment here isn't encouraging underage drinking. So, a bit of background. A high school kid's mutant power develops, and it turns out it basically kills everything he comes in proximity of. So this in itself is extremely well done and worth a read in its own right with regards to how it plays out. Now off screen, Mick Wheels or Nick Fury has employed Wolverine to go find the kid. Now, by the simple statement that this is one of my favourite issues ever, you know something's going to go down. But I thought long and hard about this. At first, I wasn't going to reveal the conclusion because the issue itself is really a great read. But then, what an anticlimax to the video, right? So what I'm going to do is give you a good 10 seconds to think about it. If you haven't read this issue, I highly suggest running out and giving it a read. Actually, the entire first half of the Ultimate X-Men run is a worthy read in itself. So yeah, another plug for Marvel Unlimited, but this issue in particular is Ultimate X-Men number 41. Anyways, 10 seconds starts now. Give it some good thought. You can't go back and unlearn this one, and the impact here is not going to be as good as reading the real thing. You're still here? Had your chance. So Wolverine enters a cave to find the kid, who's run off to said cave to avoid being around living things, kinda like the Hulk does. Fortunately, Logan's got a healing ability. Why is that important? Because the kid's power is to basically kill any organic matter in a certain radius. Anyways, they sit and talk. Wolverine offers him a beer. The kid asks why he's there, and Wolverine tells him that the kid's a risk not only to others, but to any hope for mutant integration. And we get this. A cold sensation comes over as you realise Wolverine's healing ability isn't the only reason he was chosen for the job. Best at what he does, right? He wasn't just sent there to find and retrieve the kid, but to end the very existence of someone who only feeds anti-mutant hysteria. Just do it. And he ain't talking about selling shoes. I remember reading this the first time and being thrown for an absolute loop. They weren't even going to bother trying to save the kid. It doesn't need to tell you what happens. It's blatantly obvious, and the next we see is Wolverine coming out of the cave. On another level, it kind of makes you feel sorry for Wolverine. Imagine being the guy who gets asked to kill kids, and it's a sacrifice you're willing to make so that A, other mutants don't cop the fallout, and B, so no one else has to have that on their conscience. Anyways, in a world of uncompressed comic book stories, I think this shows how you can still have a real impact in just a few pages. It's like reading a short story. A lot depends on the twist ending, but it really works and really packs a punch. If you haven't read this issue and you still watch the video, sorry that you had to find out this way, but it's still worth a read on its own right. If you have read it, let me know. What did you think? Was it really powerful for yourself? And did you see that ending coming? Because it blew my mind when I first read it.